What's up, everyone? Today I am here with Charriii5 because we want to discuss what we believe is a brand new guideline. We're not completely sure if this is a completely new YouTube guideline, but this is something that affects people that make a living off of YouTube. So the title of this guideline is Advertiser Friendly Content Guidelines. So read more into this. Advertiser-friendly content is content that's appropriate for all audiences. It has little to no inappropriate or mature content in the video stream, thumbnail, or metadata, such as in the video title. If the video does contain inappropriate content, the context is usually newsworthy or comedic, and the creator's intent is to inform or entertain, not offend or shock. So basically what this is trying to say is that if you're going to monetize or make money from YouTube, they don't want you to be inappropriate. And if you're going to be inappropriate, it needs to be informing and entertaining. But here's the problem with that. The thing is, what is informing and entertaining? There can be different contexts with what's offending and what's not. Some people might get offended by certain things and some people might not. And I was wondering, just like, what do you think of all of this?
Well, considering that, like we said, we're not entirely sure if this is news, if this is something that just came up like a day ago. There are people who are already talking about it. We tried looking it up. We didn't really find many people talking about it. We found a few people that were talking about it because I guess if it's not new, then it came to their attention recently. And it's certainly something that concerns us as well, like NB said earlier. And what I thought about it, I was reading through it when you sent it, and I was like, okay, well, this is okay. Like, I think it's fine, you know. Yeah, it should be appropriate. That's totally cool. It is the internet, so like we have freedom of speech. Well, like you should be wary of what you're watching on the internet to begin with. Like if you're letting your kids watch it, then you should know what it is they're watching. And then I went down the list as to what content was considered not advertiser friendly. Sexually suggestive content, including partial nudity and sexual humor. It's like, well, partial nudity, that's fine. Like, we don't really need to see that. Like, don't try to whore yourself out to get views. And sexual humor, that's what kind of got me thinking, like, okay, whatever, fine. Violence, including display of serious injury and events related to violent extremism. Okay, yeah, we shouldn't be showing violence on YouTube either. I mean, if it's like Tom and Jerry style humor where it's just no one was actually hurt, then, you know, I think that's fine. But if it's actual violence, then yeah, I mean, that's okay too. And what really got me was inappropriate language, including harassment, profanity, and vulgar language. That's where I was like, okay, wait, let's pause for a second and think about how many channels on YouTube actually, you know, not that that's their basis, but they actually do it as a part of their everyday lives, right? Like, a lot of...
It's a part of their persona.
It's a part of their persona, exactly. A lot of Let's Play channels who you're looking to get a reaction out of if they're playing it for the first time. I mean, you can't go into editing and censor it. And even then, that's something that isn't exactly, like you said, it's very vague. Is censoring okay? Like, can we bleep it out? Do we have to? Does that still count as profanity? Like, what are the rules? Like, they're just telling us what we can't do, but what's okay.
It's way too vague. That's the biggest problem. And also, it's hard to tell if this guideline is talking about sponsored videos specifically, you know, videos that have like a personal advertisement or a partnership or a sponsorship at the beginning or the end, or if it's just any ordinary monetized video. Because if it's any ordinary monetized video, that doesn't make any sense. I mean, I can kind of understand, you know, adding something like this for sponsored videos, because for sponsored content, it needs to be really professionally put together, because you are dealing with, you know, actual companies. So there's no reason for you to be using profanity. But if this is applying to all types of videos, this is a huge problem. It's hindering freedom of speech. I mean, there's nothing wrong with cursing on the internet. There's nothing wrong with cursing in general. I mean, most people curse all the time. Yeah. Why should that have to be potentially censored?
I totally agree. And the whole, like, sponsorship versus normal ad was something that I brought up, because when I was reading it, it kind of struck me like, wait, what if this is specifically for like sponsorship ads? And then you were the one that brought to my attention that, like, well, I mean, it doesn't really say sponsorship. And I was like, well, that's true, because it could mean just ads in general, the ads that YouTube gives to the designated audience on your video, which you have no control over.
Right, like at the beginning, this says advertiser-friendly content. That is all it's saying. It's not saying sponsored content or just all content. It just says advertiser-friendly. So that makes it sound like this could affect all monetized videos, which is a huge problem.
And mind you, like, it hasn't affected us as of yet that we can tell, but you were telling me of someone that you were subscribed to that was actually pretty big on YouTube that already had like 20 or so videos demonetized due to this allegedly new, we still don't know, change to the guidelines. And that's, I mean, you can't like foresee something like that.
Yeah, if anyone watches vlogger Mr. Repsion, he makes some controversial videos, but he doesn't break any sort of guidelines by any means, and he has 500,000 subscribers. And he recently put up a video saying, actually even showing the email of all of the videos taken down because they weren't advertiser friendly. He didn't understand why half of these were taken down. Like, a lot of these videos were actually like inspirational videos to help people with, you know, depression, suicide, things along the lines of that. And those were taken down as not advertiser friendly, and he wasn't even cursing in those videos. So this just sounds like, if this is brand new, it sounds like another thing where the bots are just going around YouTube and taking down videos. And
it's funny because they actually, for once, YouTube actually had done something really, really good with its changes in the community guidelines, because I don't know if you remember that for the longest time I couldn't upload videos longer than 15 minutes because I had a strike on my channel. And about like a month or two ago, I think it was 2 months ago, my strike hadn't reached its expiration yet, so like I still shouldn't have been able to upload. But like when I checked my status on YouTube, I was free of strikes, and apparently it was because of changes that YouTube had made. I'm like, okay, well, good. That means that they're actually like, they're going out of their way to see whether or not a certain strike warrants the strike. And
right, yeah,
that's good. But now they come and do this, and it's funny because one of the videos that is actually talking about it, that was uploaded recently, said something about how YouTube is becoming Tumblr in a sense, where things are becoming...
Yeah, because Tumblr does the same thing for some topics.
Exactly, where it's becoming way too sensitive. It's like, okay, I understand that. And it's funny that you mention that this vlogger uploaded videos of self-help, let's call them, talking... Well, what did you call them? Motivational?
Inspirational motivational.
Inspirational. You know, helping with suicide, depression, all that stuff. While they're not bad videos, au contraire, they're like really good videos that you should watch. I think that what might have happened is something that also states here in the guidelines. It says, if the video, well, actually you read it earlier, in the video stream, thumbnail, or metadata, such as in the video title. So if like, if the video title said anything like suicide or depression or anything, that immediately warrants it getting taken down, and that's really stupid, because it could be like, do you need help with suicide? Watch this video. It's like, nope, that's...
Yeah, or a suicide prevention video. I mean, you can't imply that every single video that's going to be made about something like suicide, as an example again, is going to be in a negative spotlight.
Exactly.
And I can kind of see they're trying to take down the negative videos, but you can't... You've got to be more cautious about that, because he's hurting this YouTuber's life right now. I mean, he took a lot of those videos that were taken down, got a lot of attention, and it's his only income right now. So
yeah, it's really rough. It's definitely, and we didn't even go down, like, there were two other points that we didn't really go down of, which is promotion of drugs and related substances, including selling and abuse of such items. That one I'm totally fine with. Like, you know what? Yeah, if you want to take a video down because of... I think it depends on the drug, of course, but if you're, again, like...
It also depends on the location of the video, too.
That's true.
If it's legal in that place or not.
That's true. Also, like, if it's humoristic, like we said earlier, if it's for entertainment purposes, then, I mean, that's still... You have to define whether or not... What defines comedy. You can't just be like, oh, what, like we mentioned earlier. You can't just look at a video and say like, oh, it has drugs, take it down. It's like, well, no, it's not really drugs. It's a prop.
It could just be fake, yeah. And that's the biggest problem with a guideline like this, because, I mean, think about it. YouTube is all around the world. You can watch I mean, I have viewers from like Europe, a couple from Asia, even a couple from the Middle East. One of my patrons is in Saudi Arabia right now. Okay, and the thing is, every culture is a little bit different. Some people are offended by, things like profanity in language or violence. Some people aren't. And I think the best way for YouTube to handle this is to not censor things like this, because it's affecting people. And I mean, for people that don't like this kind of stuff, like profanity, violence, whatever, they just simply don't have to watch the video. They don't have to watch the content. I don't see why they're harming other content creators because
exactly. And it's funny because I remember watching a video a long time ago where basically detailing like, oh, so you want to start a YouTube channel? Well, here's like some of the things. And one of the points about it was a comedy cartoon. And one of the points is like, you have to start cursing. It's like, well, I don't like doing that. His subscriber count goes down. He's like, fuck! And like the subscriber count goes back up. I'm like, well, I mean, that's funny, but at the same time, it's totally true. It's really true.
Yeah. I mean, the gaming community on YouTube would be completely different without the angry video game nerd.
Oh, yeah.
And imagine if he uploaded his first few videos. Obviously, if you've never heard of the angry video game nerd, he's basically the first one to make game reviews a thing. Curses like a crazy man. And think if these guidelines were in place and it actually affected him, he would not be around. There wouldn't be any JonTron, there wouldn't be any Alpha Omega Sin. There's a lot of YouTubers that people enjoy where they do use cursing as part of their persona on their channel. And I hope that YouTube, like a lot of their other guidelines, they won't really take it too seriously. They'll only affect a very small amount of people. But I still think this is something that should be discussed. And it should be kind of spread around, because this is a little frightening to see, to be honest. Because, again, this is possibly hindering our freedom of speech on here.
Totally true.
That's pretty much all I had to say. I think this is really stupid. Again, this might not be a new thing. It might have been around for a little bit, but I haven't seen anyone talk about it. So I just wanted to really quick make something about this, because I can't believe it.
You know how much like people like complaining about YouTube's guidelines. So if this was an old thing, people would have been all over it by now.
I know. People talked about the new community guideline videos about the new community guidelines like a month ago, but I haven't seen anything on this ever.
Nope.
So yeah, if you guys want to leave a comment, let us know what you think of these guidelines, if you think they're fair or if they're completely unfair. I'm really interested to see what everyone else thinks, because again, everyone has a very wide range of perspectives, so it'll be interesting to see the response.
Definitely, because even so, there are certain things on this list that I'm just like, I agree with some of this stuff, like controversial or sensitive subjects, like maybe current events where a lot of people get clickbait on stuff like that, where it's like, oh, it's something going on in the world right now, let's hop on that and make a video about it. Again, like we mentioned, it depends on what is considered controversial, what's going too far, all that. Some things I'm okay with, other things I'm just like, that doesn't make much sense, because you'd be affecting like 80% of your user base. Everyone has a different opinion, and yeah, we'd love to know what you guys think.
I mean, I think probably the best solution to something like this, if they were to have guidelines like this, they need to be specific depending on where you live. Like, there should be an American version of guidelines, there should be European version, or maybe even, down to the specific countries in Europe, depending on how they look at things. I mean, this is too vague. That's the main thing. There's way too much potential for YouTube to abuse this. So I just hope it doesn't happen to anyone else.
There are specific terms of service for countries and areas, but I don't know if these guidelines are specific to just the Americas or what. So
yeah, it's hard to tell. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I guess I will see you all later.
Yep. Bye, guys.